This is Elizabeth with Southern Embellishment. So glad to have you join us today. I have a new tome and I so enjoy doing this. Well, I say that each time because it's just an enjoyable craft, isn't it? So I'm just going to do a flip through of this, and it will be available on my Etsy shop when we're done publishing this film, this YouTube. And so I just want to take you through a quick flip through of it. And also I want to say again, this is techniques from, I've taken techniques from Nick, the Booksmith's Teachable.com classes. And I've taken several of her classes. I just love them, and I would just recommend that you just go over there and see what she has and be a part of it, because it's just takes you to your junk journals to a whole new level. So anyway, let's do a flip through. On this, I did, and I hope it's not reflecting, but I did the Tim Holtz tissue paper, and I did some pattern paper. I did some encyclopedia pages, dictionary pages rather, and so I just did that on the cover. And then I used some of Tim Holtz Distress Stains and some sprays, and it has just a little bit of this turquoise, which is the color of this ribbon, and then there's some of that on here too. This one is entitled Chronicles, and place to chronicle your life. What I loved especially about this tome, the back cover's the same. What I really liked about this tome was the binding, the spine. I just loved this spine. And it looks, I don't know if you can tell it on the video, but it looks like an a genuine old book spine. It turned out so awesome, and I just fell in love with it, and I was so happy it turned out that way. And then I did the the copper gilding on it, gilder's paste on it. I'll get it right. And I just love it. I just love that spine, and turned out really, really good. And then I put the little corners on here, and on the front and the back corners. So let's start off and do a flip through of it. And this doesn't have much, I don't think it has any sewing except the signatures into the tome or into the cover, but it does have a lot of stamping on it. And just about every page has got stamping on it. And I did the lace, of course, on the edges, and hung charms from each piece of lace. And it's got up here, it has, I have fallen in love with, several years ago I used this, and they had stopped selling it on Etsy, and now they're selling it again, but it's the waxed canvas, and it is so awesome to work with. And I've been doing other projects with it, making other books with it, and doing something with it that is so exciting, and I'll be showing that in a couple of weeks. That'll be coming up. But anyway, these were scraps that was left over, so I put them on throughout the pages of the book. So the top has got this wonderful waxed canvas sticking up. I love it, and there's some sari silk in there too. So let's open it up again and take a quick flip through. Now I like continuity throughout, so a lot of my signatures are set up the same way or close to the same. This is kind of a semi-naked journal. I didn't do a lot of embellishing except for the stamping, but each signature does have a corner journaling spot and tuck spot, and it does have a few tags throughout. And have the little Tim Holtz summer ocean little flashcards. And again, here is some of that wax canvas on a Tiffany & Company tag. And then I just took some of the tea-dyed cutoffs and made little journaling spots to add a little extra there. Some stamping. Some journaling cards, just different kinds of paper. This is an old, my husband brought me a stack of old magazines from one of his job sites where they do construction cleans and stuff, or not construction cleans, they do house flips and like for rentals and stuff like that, so they go in and clean it out and all that. So it was the neatest stack of old magazines, and so that's what came. I have some pages in here from that. It's got some script stamped on it. All of the pages are coffee and or tea dyed. One of the Tim Holtz clips and tag. And I don't know if you can see it, but there's little different types of script stamped on the pages. I like that real well. A little tag with the lace clip. And then at the end of each signature, you have this little tuck spot, and it's got a tag for journaling, and then these little pages to journal on. Just gives you a little extra space. And then this is my first Franken page. I love it. Again, this is a Nick the Booksmith idea, and she has a video out there on it that we'll link below, but it's called Franken Pages, and they are so much fun. And I had another cover for this signature, but after I did the Franken page, I liked it so well that I decided to use it. So go check that out. We'll link that below on the video and this video, and you can go check her YouTube out on that. I like doing that. It's a lot of fun, and it uses up your scraps. There's another Tiffany journaling tag with wax canvas and a little journaling spot. So they're pretty much set up the same way. Music paper. Here's a little pocket with the clip. Oops. I just love making these tomes. It's hard to even think about. I will, because I like doing it all. But it's hard to even think about going back to the other type of journaling that I was doing, because these book covers are so fun to make. So go check out her classes. This is just a little bit of the parchment paper, tea dyed, and little journaling, little tag, lace. I didn't want to put a lot in here, so whoever receives this can add their own. And if you're like me, I do a lot of writing. Now, I like the little places to write things, but when I'm writing, I need a lot of space, so, because I do a lot of writing. This is, well, okay, there we go. This is a piece of that wax canvas, and I glued a piece of tea-dyed paper on it and put a little lace up here with one of the Tim Holtz trinket pens that says treasure. So I like that real well. Then I put it in here with a couple clips because it's a little heavy, but I thought that made a cool, different little tag. More stamping, more wax canvas tabs. And then on the library card, it has now this has a date. Of course, it takes days to make these, but the date that I finished this one up, I put on here February 20th, 2018. So that goes in there so you know when the book was finished. And it takes me a while to get the movies up, or the movies made. So, it's been a few days since this one's been finished. I've been waiting to do the video, but we are getting to it now. This is stamping, and it's just a design, and I thought it turned out really cool. I don't know if you can see it real well on the camera, but it turned out pretty cool. I like it. Another Tim Holtz tag, a little journaling tag, journaling spot, and the Tiffany tag. And then, of course, all these corners flip up for a journaling spot. And here is this little tuck spot here with the, I love the way this coffee dyed. It just turned out so good. It's beautiful. And each one has these little garment pins with a, like one says courageous, one says moments, and one says genuine. They have just little encouraging. And then down here I found these little tiny stamps. They look like typewriter, the old typewriter, which this page has got that on there. The typewriter buttons, and I found the stamps at Michael's for $2 and typed the word inspire. My little grandson's here. If you hear him, he gets excited. Another Tim Holtz tab there. Clip, rather, I'm sorry. Some more ephemera. Stamping. And just different types of pages. Another little card. And here's how to be a girl, and blue bonnet for the blue bonnet margarine. Another one of these. We're almost to the end. Stamping there. Another place to journal. Oops. And another tuck spot. And we're to the end of the book. This has got 4 signatures in it. And it's got 4 signatures. And the spine is like 1.5 inches wide. And the book is like about, I think it's like 5.5 by like 8.5 or 8 3/4, something like that. So it's a beautiful, beautiful tome, and I hope you enjoy, and you can click below to find it on my Etsy shop. Thank you for joining us today, and go make something beautiful. Have a great day. Bye-bye.